Hey folks, alright, hope everyone's doing well. Open Pagan Church. Today our conversation is going to be about, do animals talk to humans? Have you ever wondered? I know when it comes to our pets, you never really know. Or do you? Let's think about that. That's going to be our talk today, do animals talk to humans? But right now, we have a brand new advert from our sponsor. Take a listen. Hey folks, alright. Our sponsor is a PS4 format Conan Exiles server called XN. Yep, XN server. They've redone their server, and here are the new stats, so pay attention. Almost official stats: 4x harvest and XP rates, zero.8 in your crafting and thrall conversion, official days and nights, admin, map runes, steel starter tools at Welcome Center, no gods allowed, LOL, random admin events, including raid bases and kill boxes, active admin, contact through PSN at Mystic Fae on Discord, and I'll let you read out that Discord address. Please be sure and check them out. Have a great day, and thank you for watching. Alright, well, let's bring up Discord. Hello, Discord.
Hello.
So yeah, our topic today, do we talk to animals? Thank you, Shaun, for the topic, even though Shaun's not here this morning. LOL, gotta love it.
Morning.
Morning,
Morning.
Cody. Yep.
Yep. Sorry.
No, hey, no worries. All right. Well, okay. Do animals talk to humans?
Yep. I just
Yep.
got finished talking to him.
Yep, animals talk to humans. Okay, show over. Everybody have a good day. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but
But it depends on how they talk to you. Like if they're like Lester's dog, when Sandy leaves the house, it goes crazy, whining and mowing.
yeah, yep,
Mine does the same thing.
yep,
It actually sounds like it's saying, Mama!
yeah, yeah. Um, every time Kaya goes back to her bedroom for the night, her cat stands at the door. Ma, ma, ma. Dude, she's going to sleep. Man.
Just throw Pearl up with her.
Well, hmm, that would take entirely too long to explain the architecture of our living situation here.
No.
Um, so I mean, yeah, in in the morning when I get up at 5 o'clock and do my thing, get my coffee and all my pills and stuff that I have to take, and before I walk out of our door into the main part of the house, I've got two of the three. Of course, the third one's back there curled up with Mama. You know how that goes. But I've got two of the three sitting on the cat table by the door, looking at me like, "Really? You're going to do this again?" I mean, I've never been able to actually pull words out of a meow or pull words out of a barking dog. Um, Cody says, I believe animals, I believe his pets talk. Yeah, absolutely. Um, I believe that each owner or each human that belongs to a pet, as it were,
Yeah.
I believe they have communications with their pets. Um, there's a TikTok page that I follow. This lady has oh God, what the hell is this dog? He's big. He's not a Doberman. and he's not a German Shepherd. He's just a big dog. And her husband made a mat that sits on the floor, and the mat has different words written on it. Now get this, they're all the same freaking color, but the mat has simple single syllable words for the most part, such as there's a button that says where, and there's another button that says dad, and then you've got where mom, and you got a button that says hungry, got a button that says sleepy. And this dog, pushing his paw on each one of these buttons, has learned the reaction with the human that each one of these buttons do.
Oh, cool.
Now that is just, morning Kenny, morning John. That's I mean, that's just really cool. And you have to know that these animals comprehend what or how. I'm not sure if it's actually what or how. And I'm trying to stay non-biased about the conversation, you know. But I know, like, for example, Kaya's cat, he's a little bitty cat, you know. He can stand on his hind legs and put his front paws up on the counter. Just a little bitty thing. damn, yeah, damn thing weighs almost 30 pounds. He can go get into something like, say, Tom, you know better than that. And he'll stop and he'll put his ears flat and sit down. I'm like, dude, you can't tell me you don't understand what the hell I'm saying to you. Then, of course, my cat, Tux, little black and white puffball. He's the one that sneezes and scares himself. Yeah, you know, Lester can tell you, I've never seen myself as a cat person. I've never really been a cat person. But we can't have dogs here. Well, number one, there's no place to have a dog. And the 6 cats that live in this household, between the 2 households, I don't think a dog would survive, personally. But you know, go ahead.
Looks like my animals. I've had Cinnamon almost 9 years, 7 years, and the cats that grew up with them. I mean, they all grew up together.
Right.
And if something's wrong with one of them, the other ones will come tell me or come say, you know, what's going on. And I go around and check all the animals to see what's going on.
Yep. Yep. You know, we can, you know, hell, like we were talking about last week, you know, which prompted the conversation for this week. When I was in my teens and living on the ranch, I'd get this niggle in the back of my head where I would hear feed, water. It'd be single word: feed, water, hay. And for the longest time, hey Dave, for the longest time, I thought I was losing my mind, really. You know, I mean, I was 10, 11, 12, I think. And I really actually thought I was absolutely losing my mind. Well, before long, it kind of become, you know, a thing. When I would hear it in the back of my head, I would walk down through the stalls of the horses and look for the one that was looking me square in the face. You know, and of course, a lot of people don't realize just because a horse has his head pointing at you doesn't mean he's looking at you, because they can't see straight in front of their face. So they're going to have one of those big old eyes turned at you. And they got that eye looking at you. But I mean, it was that way with with the pigs and the chickens, cattle, horses, any of the animals we had on the ranch. You just That make any sense?
Mhm. It does.
Um, we had an incident when we lived in the house prior to where we're living now. I was off on a holiday. Kaya was at school. Cammy was at work. Now I was sitting there watching TV. Wasn't paying any attention to the outside cameras. And Tom let out one hell of a guttural roar, I guess. Scared the shit out of me, you know. And of course, where my chair sit at the time, I could see the front door down the hallway. This cat comes flying out of the kitchen, around the hardwood floors, bounced off the side of the wall, and climbed the door. And he's sitting there at the door just doing that, whatever the hell that is. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I looked at the camera. I knew Lester would be able to do it.
It's called the agitated meow.
I guess. But he was fixing to eat somebody's ass. So I quickly pulled up the cameras, and there's this man, big tall fella, mulling around in the driveway, and he starts trying to put his key in my car door. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Of course, on goes the headset, grab the phone, dial 911, walk by the door, grab my nightstick. Of course, you know me, I'm going to grab a nightstick. Jack somebody up with a nightstick.
Yep.
And I walked out the door just about the time 911 answered. I said, young man, what the hell are you doing? And the lady's like, hello? Hello? What's your emergency? So I told her. And the first 5 minutes of talking to this young man, I knew he wasn't all there. Because when I walked through outside that door with that nightstick, he thought his ass was in deep doo-doo. And anybody that knows me knows my training. I didn't react. I watched him for his reaction.
Right.
I'm here. I've got something that's going to mess you up. Your car is parked in my driveway, and you're trying to put a Ford key into my Chevrolet car door. There's something wrong with you. Well, sure enough, come to find out, he's a functioning autistic.
Oh, okay.
That did not help my adrenaline. So the lady's talking to me on 911. I'm talking to him. She's saying, do not engage the suspect. Do not engage the suspect. I said, ma'am, no offense, but shut up.
Just feeling like cops get him over here.
I mean, I've already worked out the situation. The kid's not all here. We need officers on scene to help him get where he needs to be. He's lost. Well, don't engage the suspect. I said, ma'am, I say again, shut up.
Anyway, back on topic.
But see, it goes back to the same thing. Animals do communicate with people. Morning, Debbie. Or, well, afternoon for you. Yep. Well, it'll be late afternoon anyway.
Well, with my little dog, well, it's supposed to be an ESA dog for him, but it became both of ours. He had gone to sleep, and I was having episodes my side. And here goes my little dog Regina coming up, snuggling on me, looking me in the face, trying to distract me.
Yeah, they're gonna make it better.
Yeah, they try. Here's one.
Okay.
Over on property. Who had the dog? Cleo. Remember
Yeah,
Cleo?
I remember
Okay.
Cleo. Yeah.
We were out in a circle, and Cleo was at the circle with us, and on the border of circle, about 10 foot outside of it, she was pointing that way, and she was growling.
She was hearing a hog that was running around in the back of
It was a snake. Nope, it was a snake in
Oh,
the
was
grass.
it a snake? Yeah.
Yep,
the snake.
Yeah.
it was a snake, and she wouldn't go near it, but she was growling and trying to tell us about it.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that we had. I mean, everybody knows if you live in the country, you got snakes, or at least I hope like hell they do. But not many people knew we had a pack of wild boar that lived on. Let's see, what the hell was that? What was it, Lester? Something like 250 acres behind the house, I think.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah. We had a whole family of
We
wild
had a
boar.
pack of wild boar and we had a pack of wild dogs to go with it.
Yep. Yep. Sure did.
Go walking in the woods, you better have a stick or something with you.
Yeah.
One thing was the wild dogs belonged to you.
Yep. Um, Debbie says she says she says afternoon. She says nonverbal communication, just like a twitch of the ear or a glance, or she's like she's like Jasper, one of her rescue cats. Jasper's a hoot. Jasper wants your attention. He'll get your attention. Um, so I mean, people people all over. I and I kind of go back to TikTok. I really love the animal videos. The 60-second animal videos on TikTok of the horses and the dogs that what is it? Alaskan, not the Alaskan
Malamute.
sheepdog. It's
Alaskan Malamute.
Malamute. Malamute? Malamute. Yeah. Um, every video I've seen on those guys, they've got a hell of a personality. Yeah, that's right. Jasper died in '07. Yeah. Um, oh,
Oh wow, that's a long one.
yeah. Debbie was telling one of the stories of what one of her cats did. Yeah, I mean, I've met I've met most all of Debbie's cats through the years.
Toady. If you read Toadies, my mom and dad's pig will say mama.
I can see that.
I can see that.
I can see that. Um, Especially knowing his mom.
Yeah.
They lived on property. Really good people. Uh, yeah, I can see that. You see these people that have the little miniature piglets
Oh.
Oh,
for
one of those.
in-house pets. Do what, Lester?
I had one of those.
Yeah.
A miniature pot-belly pig.
Uh huh. Yeah, they're cute animals. Um, if you don't,
But
go ahead.
some people talk to animals. Animals talk to us, yes, in every which way. Um, Shoot, there's squirrels around me that I can sit on my front porch, and they come up to me or close to me, and you can see them when we're trying to talk to you because their ears are twitching, their tail is twitching. Like, hey, I need peanuts.
Have you ever had them bark at you? That
Yes,
little.
Oh,
I love it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They'll
Um,
sit there and bark if I don't give them attention.
well, squirrels are smart. People don't realize that just for such a pea little brain in their little head, they're smart as hell.
Hmm.
Have you ever seen that video where that guy trained them squirrels? Did the obstacle course?
Yeah, several
Right.
of them. Yeah, there's a bunch of videos out there on that. But and uh, and you take raccoons.
Raccoons, that's a different story.
Oh yeah, yeah. Coons are. We're not going to talk about the one we had.
You
I've
got
got.
first-hand experience in that one, didn't you, buddy?
Oh boy,
That's right. You guys raised one of a little while, didn't you?
yeah.
Right
We
there.
thought when he was given to us, we thought it was a female.
Nope.
Wrong when you got it home because I showed you it was a male.
Ended up real quick. Lester's like, no, no, Bubba, this is a male. I'm like, shit. He real quick, after about 6 weeks, turned into a little bull coon, and before he was a year old, he got to where he liked to shit on my pillow.
Like
No,
to
that,
attack you too when you got in the bed.
yes. And no, we're not going to play this because I'll knock his ass across the room. Well, he and I ended up back in the laundry room when it was all said and done, and he decided he was going to come at me to hurt me. No, not happening. Coons have this little ridge that runs right up the center of their nose between their eyes. And you know what? You knock shit out of that little son of a bitch. They don't want no more.
Then you put it outside.
Then we put his ass outside. And then I didn't have any problems with him outside. I was fine feeding him, his family. He went out, he got him a little family. His kids were cute. He was cute on the outside looking in.
I remember that.
Your ass ain't coming back in this house.
The cat, and then you had half the cats outside, and the cat raccoons and the cats started fighting.
Yep.
That was interesting.
But for people that watch our broadcasts that think animals are just the quote I grew up with a lot of the people I grew up with were dumb animals.
They're not doing.
I don't think so at all.
Animals are highly intelligent. We don't give them enough credit.
No, we don't. And
Think,
something. Go ahead.
think about this. The animals were here before us on Earth.
Yeah, we are definitely. The human species is definitely a minority. You know. Um, and scientists are now noticing that certain ape populations are evolving and starting to use tools. Now, I'm not talking about just taking a nut and banging it on another nut, right? I'm talking about monkeys, of course. And I'm talking
Using
about,
sticks to get, yeah, using sticks to get termites out of
right,
wood.
right. And using, they showed a video, one of the documentaries I watched a couple of weeks ago, which I thought was just interesting as hell. There were several monkeys that were using rocks to break off other rocks, and then they would touch the end of it to see how sharp it was, and then they were taking that sharp end and opening up coconuts.
Yep.
Now, that shows a form of dexterity and evolution, if you will, that you know it goes to prove a lot of the animals are a hell of a lot smarter than we are. Debbie says, "Yeah, it's dumb people." Well, look at society today. I often wonder who's the more intelligent, us or the cat that's laid up on the counter because the cat knows we're going to feed it, clean its cat box, and clean up behind it, and all it's got to do is lay there and purr and get loving. I mean, come on. That's got to show something, right?
Mice rule the world.
That was a messed up movie, bro.
Yeah, it was.
That was a messed up movie.
God in the universe.
That was a movie.
That was a messed up movie.
If you ever get a chance to watch it, it's called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe.
Oh yes, I like that.
42. The answer to everything. 42.
42.
42. Yep. So what else? Anybody else have any stories of their animals that talk to them? Well, okay. Has anybody? Go ahead.
You guys have all the cat animals, dogs. I mean, the cats. I will have a mixture of both. So I have a red heeler, cinnamon. Well, she lets you know when people are around the house.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Animals are territorial and very protective.
Yeah.
They're also very compassionate too,
Yeah.
because when Lasso was getting older and he actually went blind, Lucy would take and bark when he'd get out the kennel and go into the yard. Lucy would stay in the kennel and bark at him for him to find his way back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. And there's been from a yep, The Ultimate Answer, 42. Love those books. Never got to read the books, but I did see the movie. There's been a lot of science done also on animal communication. You take a look at gorillas that have been taught sign language.
Oh yeah, and the chimpanzees are doing it now.
Yep.
Too.
Yep. And some people have even said, well, they're just mimicking. No, they're not. If you take a look at their conversation points, they're actually forming sentences in conversation by the way they've been taught. You can teach anyone to say, I'm hungry, okay? And they can just essentially mimic that because they start to associate I'm hungry with food. But these gorillas and chimpanzees, they're taking the phrases and what have you that they've been taught in sign language, and they're forming their own sentences with them. Their communication is very simple. You know what I'm saying? They're not into all of the, what do you call them, adjectives and adverbs and sentence formulation and all this shit. You can tell I failed English, can't you? But they're forming sentences in a communicative way with their handlers.
Just like some animals are trained for a diabetic crisis.
Yep.
Or blood pressure, seizures. What else is there?
Yeah, that was one of the other things I wanted to bring up too. You take a look at canine cops. These dogs are smart as hell. Like you say, animals that are taught to smell out certain cancers, certain ailments. Cody says, my dad's goose will make a noise when a car is coming up the driveway. Yeah. Let me tell you, geese, those things will mess you up, bruh. Those things will absolutely jack up your world.
We used to have them on the farm when we lived in Mauriceville. Daddy thought, hey, they're a cool animal. I want to get some.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we had a male and two females, and the female would run after me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, get out of my territory.
Right? Yeah, man, geese will mess up your world. And they communicate. Either at the end of a beak or whatever they can get a hold of you with. They absolutely communicate, get the hell out of my world.
Yep.
John says, his dog brings him his food bowl when he's hungry. Yep, absolutely. Debbie said, abstract notions. Yeah, that's the term I was looking for. Thank you. But it goes to prove that animals animals and humans have interacted enough together that they begin to formulate communication skills. And the interesting part is that I found through the years is if a visitor goes into someone else's home where the animals have been there for a while, unless they're perceptive, okay, unless they're perceptive in what's going on, most of the time the visitor has no clue of the communication that's happening between the owner and the animal. Have y'all ever noticed that?
Mhm.
So it's kind of cool when it becomes almost like, you know, each person's house is their own village, so to speak, and every home has their own language, if you will.
Well, it's like when a person comes to my house, I will look to the animals. Hey, do you guys trust this animal? This person? Another human animal? And you can tell if they like the person or, they'll come up and sniff them and everything. And if someone gives the wag okay, we're good,
Yeah.
as I call it.
Yeah, most animals are a good judge of character. Now, I can tell you, pit bulls. I can't, I can't be anywhere around pit bulls. Something about that breed of animal hates me for some reason.
They're hostile. To me, their genetics are like a protector or fight dog. But if you raise them right, they're not like that. I've seen pit bulls that are lovey dovey and don't get angry at anybody.
Yep. Um, case in point, the neighbor across the street, very nice people, very good people. They have a, what is this thing? Pit bull terrier mix, I think he said.
Hmm.
The damn thing's so ugly, he's cute. Now, he will play with Kaya. He will, um, he'll play with the kids. Very well mannered, very well tempered. But if I'm outside, I have seen that dog try to break through his window from the other side of the road to try to get to me, and I've never done anything to the damn thing. But everybody that I've ever known that has pit bulls have done that.
Right?
But yet, the German Shepherd, let's see, the on the other side of the road from them, the Hispanic fellow over there has a German Shepherd. He's got two German Shepherds and a mutt now, and all three of them have gotten out. Well, if I'm outside, it's playtime. These big ass German Shepherds, they want to play. Cody says, everyone in the live stream, please pray for my dad. You got it. What's going on, bro? Anything you can share? We will absolutely light candles. And if you can't share, that's fine. You're asking for it, so you got it. We will absolutely light candles for your dad. So, yes, animals do talk to humans. So on the flip side,
Do humans talk to animals?
well, do animals, and let me get all the way through this question, make sure I ask it right. Do animals understand the spoken word eventually? Maybe not when animal and human first gets together, but eventually, does the animal understand the spoken word, or is the animal listening to tones, watching hand signals, watching facial features, a blink, a raise of an eyebrow, a smile? Um, do you think that they actually understand the spoken word?
know when I go, they stop.
Yep. Cody says his dad has cancer. We will absolutely send positive energies that way and light candles for that. So what do you guys think? You know, have you noticed that, you know, like I was saying earlier, I've used verbal commands with Tom. Now Tux don't care. He'll just sit there and look at you like you've lost your freaking mind. But I can look at Tom and tell him, leave your sister alone.
Okay, hang on a second. John, if you can get on Discord, we have a link where you can come in and talk with us on our channel and tell some stories if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. John, scroll up to the top of the chat.
Hang on, Don.
Oh, okay. Cindy's going to post a link to Discord if you like. Yep, there it is.
We'd like to get you in there, John.
Debbie says yes. And, you know, I've seen Debbie talk to her cats, and damned if they don't seem to understand what she's saying.
But around here, I say dinner time and everybody perks up.
Right. But, you know, kind of staying neutral. Okay? How do we know they're following verbal commands, or are they following cues? Like
Right now they're following cues.
What, Daddy not paying any attention?
Mama got a mop in her hand and they're barking at the mop.
Oh boy, that's playtime there now. Gotta attack that big bad thing that's gonna get Mama.
Uh-huh. These you gotta see these puppies. They're so little.
Yeah, man, I break out the vacuum cleaner and cats scatter.
Mine scatter, and the other ones shoot the big dogs bark at it and try and fight it.
Yeah, these guys want no part of that big red monster, let me tell you.
I'll be right back.
So, yeah, John, if you need any help getting into Discord or whatever, let us know. We'll figure it out. We're doing okay on time, by the way. But, you know, I like to get, when we do these broadcasts, anybody that may have just started watching us, I like to get everybody's input. You know, it's not just about me, not just about what I have to say. I like to have everybody's input. And as long as it's logical, respectful, and not condescending crap, you know. Not that we know anybody like that. Alright, Cindy's not back yet. He says the link only gives me the option to report a problem. That doesn't make any sense. Cindy.
Yeah.
John said the link only gives him the option to report a problem. John, are you already signed in on Discord? Do you already have a Discord account? Excuse me. Let me see if it comes up on my side. Yeah, it says, well, when mine comes up, it says Discord app is launched. Of course, you can join. I mean, you can join it on the web page or install the app. I mean,
Right.
installing the app I have found seems to work a little better.
But you can do it on the web page too. When it comes up, John, it's like a NFS whatever, and it's a triangle. You have to give permission because it's adult channel, and they classify us
Okay. Yeah, he says I'll try to set it up. Well, I mean the reason we classified Open Pagan Church as an adult channel because I mean come on guys we do curse on occasion, and I've had these fundamentalist pagans come in that well, it's not very family friendly, is it, if you're going to curse? Look, dude, we try to watch our language for the most part, don't we, Lester?
What'd you say?
I said we watch our language for the most part, don't we, Lester?
Yeah, on occasion. Kind of slipper.
Yeah, well, I hear you. Cody says that's what I like about you, Don. You kind of give me a different look on life, and I mean, we all need a different outlook, if you will, a different, different opinions. I'm all open for someone's opinion. You know what they say about opinions. They're kind of like buttholes. Everybody's got one, and most of them stink. um, yeah, Debbie says like kids today aren't exposed to bad language, to exposed to yeah, right. I mean, hell, most of the kids out there talk worse than I do. So, what else? I think at the end of the day, we all agree animals do communicate with humans. They always have. It's just whether or not we're willing to, whether or not we're willing actually to listen. But isn't that the same when humans communicate with humans? We don't always listen, do we?
And Cody says that's what I like about you, Don. Why you give us a different look at life.
Well, all I do is come up with an idea or a topic. Somebody throws me something, we get conversation we may be having here at home, and out of that, counsel or spirit guides tend to, give me a topic or something to go on. Or thankful to you guys that give us topics to talk about on occasion. And I mean, hey, if you come up with a topic that you want to share, send it to me. You know, um, I've had words. I've had people challenge me to come up with a topic with a single word.
Squeaky squeak.
Yeah, Debbie says very few people actually listen. Yeah, actively listen. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, there's some topics I've noticed on our broadcast that more people look
Yeah, and I mean, of course, with Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that, you want to keep the topic down to 3 or 4 words. I try to keep topics to a 4-word maximum. Every once in a while, you got to drop that fifth word in there, but you know, All right. So, John, if you would work with that link and reach out to us, we're generally online for a little bit after the broadcast. So if you want to come in and chat with us once we close down the broadcast, feel free to. We'd like to hear from you. And anybody else that would like to do a call in or be part of the broadcast. If you have a topic that you would like to discuss, but you want to vocalize it. I know one thing, I hate having to type an idea out because I usually forget what I'm saying because I'm paying attention to how I'm saying it, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
So I mean, look, guys, we're gonna
Perfect sense.
what?
I said for you that made perfect sense.
Thanks. I think.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. All right. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And animals do talk to humans, and humans talk to animals. We just have to shut up and listen. Boy, isn't that always the way, right?
Yep.
Well, you guys enjoy your week. Have a great day. Anybody that wants to chat with us on Discord, hit the link, hook us up. We'll try to help you any way we can. We'll see you next week, right here, Open Pagan Church.